Hi, I'm Kristine. Welcome to Spare Time at Home. I'll be doing Yin Yoga today, so get your mats ready and let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome. So what's Yin Yoga? I brought the book because often I think people get, they'll spell it Y-E-N. So Yin, the symbol of yin and yang, the symbol of duality of the sun and moon, of female and male, of night and day, of a strong action muscle practice to a practice that's stretching for the connective tissues. So Yin focuses on the connective tissues. And with focusing on the connective tissues, it heals joints. So this class is going to be for the spine, our hips, and all the connective tissue around it. So I'm going to start with just acknowledging how we're going to sit to begin. This is called easy seat. A lot of us in yoga will cross our ankles, but I want you to come a little deeper to begin. It's called square pose. Square pose is a yin posture. It's going to affect, you'll notice your hips. So you can knees, 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 and feet flexed. Now, some of you are regular vinyasa practitioners and you're very flexible. What happens if you take your foot up? This is easy for me. I've been practicing for 18 years. So please, no matter what, ahimsa, take care of yourself. So get comfortable to seated and we'll begin here. Draw your chin in round 4. If you need to make any little adjustments, hips back or feet more flexed or knees closer. All right, so I'm going to start teaching you your pillars of yoga. Just get a deep exhale. And begin to notice your breath coming into nostrils. Your mouth is gently closed. Your tongue is on the roof of the mouth. And you're breathing in and out slowly. Now, the yogic breathing that we do in a yin class it can be very different than our yang classes. In the yang, we're holding a posture like warrior one, we're breathing fiercely, that victorious breath. But we're in a yin practice, we're breathing in a way that might feel like there's a pause at the end. For example, go ahead and just breathe out. And then wait, just hold it. That's called breath retention, as long as you want. And then when you breathe in again, your body's going to want more. It's going to want more oxygen. It's going to want a deeper inhalation. And then why don't you hold at the end of your inhalation and notice the difference. More blood is oxygenating right into the bloodstream. Oxygen is coming more circulation around the body. And then go ahead and just notice if you want to just let the concentrated breath go and feel the body again. So in yoga, I think a lot of people misunderstand what yoga is. Yoga is really training your mind to be here and to control your breath when you're in a posture. That's that connection, mind, body, and breath. All right, take a moment and come out. We're going to switch sides. If you need to, please stretch your legs out. Yeah, and you can, you're home, just moan it out, right? All right, now opposite leg. And again, take your time. You're making a square pose. Your knees, if you can, straight out the hip. And this is called double pigeon or fire log in a yang practice. So I've had torn ACL before. I take my time before I ever put my foot on top. I feel it first. I take a few breaths and go, okay, maybe today I'm okay, maybe not. Remember, please do not mirror what I'm doing. This is your practice, okay? So if there's anything you can learn today is ahimsa, non-harming. Moving too fast is not what this practice is about. So yin yoga. When you're doing yin in a posture like this and you're stretching, you're stimulating the chi flow in your body. You're opening up those dark, dense places. And so athletes retire because not muscle problems. They retire because of what? Joint problems. Any kind of athlete, our tennis players, professional or not, any athlete. So when you stretch more, you're rehabilitating your body all the time. So please, I highly recommend, no matter what sport you do, please take your time and minimal. I have only 30 minutes in this class today. 3 to 5 minutes on each hole I do. Today I'm doing about 2. Okay, 2 minutes on each side. Just a little bit more. Remember, concentrate on your breath. Creating a very soft, sweet, slow practice. All right, so go ahead and breathe up again. And you're going to extend your legs out. And then turning to your long side of your mat, which you probably already are. And we're going to do half butterfly next. So when we transition to our postures, some of us are going to move a little faster than the other. I'm just going to allow a little bit of transition time here. All right, so half butterfly, extending out your right leg and then bending your left foot. And close to the groin as you can. Now we're going to extend through the deep hamstring stretch, through the hip, the whole pelvic region. And let's get started. So stretch up. And then just slowly, don't force, right? We have plenty of time here, 2 minutes. Just slowly maybe touch down first. And then maybe walk it through. Some of you like, oh yeah, I can grab my ankle, my foot. You might want that for leverage, but you can also bend your knee here a little bit. Do you have a towel? Yeah? You can put under here, oh my gosh, it's so nice, you know? So just depending again on your flexibility, you can put a towel under your right hip joint. That makes it easier. All right, so keep breathing again, and then I want you to begin to focus. We're in yoga. So focusing on your breath that's entering the body and then to where you're feeling the most sensation. So I'm going to be quiet for a few moments. I'm going to play a little bit of my Tibetan bowl. Some of you might be able to twist a little bit more to the right and using your left hand outside your baby toe side, you'll feel an increased stretch down your IT band. And remember, you're in a twist, so your left side of your spine's getting a twist, the whole right leg, and take it easy. Remember that ahimsa, take it easy, relax. Maybe you have to train yourself to relax more. So let's take a few breaths together. Go ahead and breathe out. And then I want you to inhale to a 4 count. Inhale 1, 2, 3, and 4, and pause. Now breathe out 4, 3, 2, and 1. Notice if you can just pull a little bit more at the end of that exhalation. Just pause your breath again, and then continue breathing. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause and hold. Then breathe out 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One more time. This is on your own. Breathe into how long as you want. You're going to pause, breathe out, and pause. All right, take a deep breath and roll out. All right, maybe you might want to help your leg up. And then again, remember, transition and do whatever you want. I offer maybe a little elevated cat-cow. We are going to enter our other side. Again, take your time. Left leg extended. Right foot into the inner thigh. Right knee falls to the side. Some of you may want to help that with a block or a blanket on your side. Remember, I'm very flexible. So again, you are not me. Your anatomy is different, right? Your flexibility is different. All right, breathe up and exhale, fold. Take it easy. Find out where you want to begin. Remember, the journey of yoga has no destination. The journey is like a figure 8. We begin and we feel. And we breathe and we feel. All right, a couple minutes on this side. You're gonna, pranayama means prana, life force energy through our prana breath, and yama is a control. So pranayama means breath control. You are absolutely free to breathe however you want. If you want a more victorious breath, it could be a little more adventurous. Maybe you want to see that figure 8 as you're breathing, wrapping through your lower back into your leg. Remember, it's too much to bend forward. Be a little bit elevated. All right, keep breathing and keep stretching. And just notice what happens to the mind after several moments of silence. Just notice how calm it feels. So I go into silence for a few moments, really relish that. And then anytime you get a little bit of, remember that some of you might take your right hand over to the left baby toe side and tint the left fingers. All right, a few more breaths to give ourselves as much as we can on this side. We're extending through the inhalation, expanding through our inhale, and then as you release, stretch more in your exhalation. All right, and remember, take it easy. Take a few breaths to roll up. Feel what's going on. And extending both legs out. All right, I roll back and forth a little bit to massage the bottom of my glutes. The next posture is going to be full forward bend with 2 legs that we had, right? Our one side, then the other. So now we're just going to feel if we can get into a little bit more of that balance equilibrium. All right, your feet could be relaxed. You know, there's no right and wrong. Some people go, Kristine, do I have to have them flexed? Yes, in a yang class, you might want to really flex. Remember, this is yin, connective tissues. Take it easy, breathe up. All right, just about a minute here. Remember, take it easy at first. Arms could be by your sides. You can even use the bent elbow variation to hold a head. You can use a block under your chest, or you can grab your feet and breathe. Okay, watch your breath again. You want to slow it down. Full to empty. Now you can go into the rounded variation. You want to tuck and roll. Then relax a little more for that sacrum. If you feel some burning sensation, you always want to back off, right? We're not here to increase, right? There's no suffering allowed, that we make choices in our life, and that's not one. So no suffering. Release through breath and time and the quality of your breath and patience. You can always come a little bit in and out again. Now you can even stretch way up and over. I know there's a lot of forward bends. Don't worry, I'm getting you into the counter posture shortly. All right, so roll up and cross your legs again. That should feel good. And then breathe up, right hand to left knee, left hand's 10. And you're just gonna do a little spinal twist, looking over, way over. Your eyes are a muscle. And then if you look really far, sometimes the body will fall a little bit. Good. And then breathe up. And left hand to right knee and right fingertips 10. Yeah, you don't have to turn your head. You can keep it even. Right? Just know thyself. This is what is very important. You need to, this is the journey within, to know how deep can you go and how much do you need to back off. All right. All right, so we're going to roll over on our bellies. I'll give you a few moments here to do that. So you want to roll over. You don't want any obstacles in the way. Yeah? We're going to start with a deep lunge. So those of you runners, cyclists, hikers, I mean any sport, right? I just think every time I hike how great it is to be able to step my foot up high, you know. So this is primarily the stretch now in your lunge position for your left hip and groin and thigh. So you don't want to have the knee under. Now it's not an elevated lunge, it's our stretch lunge. Yeah, and this, if any of you have ever done gymnastics before, are very flexible, this posture actually comes into the full splits. You had all those postures before to stretch your hamstring on the front leg. All right, so this posture could be dragged forward. Yeah, intense stretch down your right here, right, your calf to your ankle. This posture can be, you want a little more yang in your life right now, like, no, I'm really ready, and I know some of you do, especially some of my students I've known for a long time. So you can place your hands here, even here, yeah. So you can intensify this posture as much as you want. You're feeling like you're pretty confident, right? Each posture has probably 5 variations, yeah. It takes a lot of balance to do this, right? Right foot, press. Why? If you're here to chill out, yeah? Why not just be here? Make sure you're breathing. All right, anyone want to go for full splits? I came into my first class of yoga from a runner, and I couldn't bend forward. I couldn't even think about extending my leg, and now I'm almost full splits. So this is what, maybe 18 years or 10 years, right? So don't ever push it. Yeah, don't ever push it. Those of you that want to go through full splits, do it now. We have a few more moments. And you can even go to half Hanuman if you feel the necessary stretch for your hamstring in front again. Remember all your variations. Right? You can hold your head. You can be down. All right. All right, again, a couple breaths to go ooh, ah. Help yourself switch sides. And left foot forward. All right. So left foot, right knee, right? Your strong arms are tools. Remember, this class is for everybody. I have students from 5 to 83. I think my oldest is 83. So you're going to get into this posture at your own time again, right? Self-practice. And this side may feel entirely different. This might be your side that's tighter, more flexible. Remember your options to bend very forward first, that stretch through your whole left ankle and calf. Put some weight on there. And this whole stretch, remember, is for the back of the leg as well. So you want to have some awareness of your back foot. Mine was a little bit in the center, a little bit too much. I'd put it over more. If you need your external eyes, use them. Often the internal ones can feel through your major, left foot toe mound and your hips. So again, adding elevation if you want it. Arms up to the sides, to a back bend. Drop your hips and breathe. Watch your breathing again. If you need to sigh out the mouth, go back to closed mouth breathing. Make some space, relax your jaw. You'll start to heat up in this class, right? Connective tissue, you get really warm. If you're sweating, I'm sweating. So remember, you can add the little half Hanuman or half full splits, and if you want to check out your full splits on this side, yeah. So maybe even a 5-minute posture. And then doesn't mean that more is better. Please remember this. So the yin practice is 3 to 5 minutes each side. Overdoing it can cause harm. Underdoing it doesn't cause much, right? So that mid-path, remember, it's best just to know thyself and then start 2-3 minutes and work your way up. All right, so we're coming out of that. All right, tabletop form and add a cat and cow. Stretch on your own. You can stick out your tongue, go ah, or lion's breath, or keep your mouth closed. All right, everybody feeling okay so far, I hope? Yeah. All right, so here we go into our bellies. So frontward bends are all yin, back bends have some yang, but the back bends are what cures and heals our bodies. I tell everybody this, please do this every day. Please do this every day. This is basically the counter for a few minutes of our life that we do forward. So those of you that are all essential workers are standing on, they're standing all day long, bending forward. People seated on their computer bend forward. This is going to add a very youthful lumbar. So the yin practice again is connective tissues, our major joints, and for the spine. We can start to lose that wonderful natural lumbar as early as 28 years old. And as we age, if you see people walking around, they can barely move. We're meant to move. We're meant to move forward, we're meant to move backwards, we're meant to twist. And so holding this posture every day, you'll have a wonderful, if you have any lower back pains, start with 1 or 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and if you can increase it to 5. Many students. I'm riding my bike downtown and someone yelled out their window, "You saved my life." I was going to chiropractors, which are awesome too, and physical therapists, and they did this every day and their lower back went away. And then they did hip openers. So if it's coming from your hips, your lower back might be tight. If it's coming from your lower back, your hips will be tight. If you have a problem with your knees, you're probably walking on one leg more than the other. So these several postures here, I guarantee you, if you just keep doing them, adding with other things that you do, you'll be so thankful that you did. You're hearing that every day. All right, so this is seal. That was Sphinx. If you go into seal for the next minute or so, it's just a more energizing posture. It would be similar to maybe our up dog that's more muscular in our yang class, the vinyasa. Seal, you get a little upright. If it's too much, just come back down, right? We're not competition here, only with yourself. So, and even there you might have to watch that. You can look over each shoulder, and all the way back if you can, way over to the opposite foot, which is hard to do. And it can be neutral, look up. You can look a little down. All right, take 3 deep breaths. Watch how that breath flows up the front body. And as you breathe out, it goes down your back body, all the way down. And do that 2 more times. See how slow the breath can go? Breathing in. come down, make a pillow with your palms. And you can bring your legs closer and bend your knees and windshield wiper back and forth. They can be all kinds of fun ways, right? You can open, close, side to side. All right, and again, we were in a very long back bend. We're going to Yin child's pose, but might be known more as embryo. So you're going to push yourself up. And those of you that have knees that will not bend all the way, I'm just offering the embryo pose. This is where you can put big pillow in between, right, to do this. And then you're just going to bend forward and your arms behind. You can rub onto your back. You can just relax. All right, that's the counter posture, right? So if you notice so far, we began our practice with seated forward bends, and then we did a back bend, or we did our hip opener and into the back bend, and then you need a counter pose again to release that lower back in your child's pose. And please do, if you want to stretch your arms forward, right, I'm only guiding you to a posture, and you are your best guide. So you might open your knees wider and stretch your arms forward into what we know as child's pose variation. Hip opener, you were in a long back bend, so most of the time it's the lower back we've been working on, so this posture, the embryo, actually benefits more. And again, you know best. Just a few more breaths. And watch if you're relaxed enough. I was holding on there for a moment, right? So often we resist somewhere when we really need to relax. Again, give yourself and honor yourself to take a breath out and relax. All right, and now we're going to our backs for a final spinal twist. So you're going to roll over. Again, take your time. You're going to stretch on down. I'm going to show different variations for this. So first, just come on down and stretch. Oh, point your feet. Oh, maybe reach way with your right arm and shortens the left. And all right, so you can even grab a wrist. Yeah. All right, so we're going to begin with hugging our knees, and we're just going to squeeze as tight as we can. And then loosen it and roll a little bit. You can even take hands to knees. All right, so there's your coccyx to your tailbone, to the hips, the whole tripod of your pelvic region, yeah? If you go one way, go the other. We're mastering that balance between yin and yang in our breath and then our movements. All right, so I'm going to offer in yin the twisted root variation, which is pretty intense. So if you know that you shouldn't be taking the knee on top and over, then parallel. All right, if you can, left leg on top, go to the right, maybe gently help yourself, and then left arm goes up and behind. That left shoulder may be really far up. That's where you can put a block or a blanket under it, yeah? All right, just depending again on your anatomy or how much you stretch or how muscular you are. Remember, super muscular people aren't going to be as bendy, yeah? And then really, flexibility is equal as important as strength, especially as we age. And if you want the full spinal twist, you look to your left thumb as you pull your left knee towards the right corner of the room. Yeah, you can adjust through your hips. And again, if this is too much, parallel knees, even option for block between, yeah? Yeah. So again, ahimsa, taking care of yourself without harm. And again, try to relax the best you can. Yeah? And as the time goes on, remember the destination is your ultimate beautiful feeling at the end of the posture, how deep you can go. So here we're just going to keep stretching as much as we can for a few more breaths. And I always want to remind everyone that when we ever hear in yoga that people have injured themselves, it's because they've gone too far and they were unaware of coming out. So the transition, you've got to be aware, like, ooh, all this beautiful twist, and all of a sudden you come back too fast, and you just all of a sudden you just hurt something. You can stretch something there. So remember, very slow. It's the quiet, slow practice. Come up, again. Move it around a bit, and then right leg on top, gently coming over. Remember, if the twisted root is too deep into your twist, parallel knees are the block between. And again, if you're really tight in your pecs, the back of your shoulder, you can add a prop underneath. And then maybe look at that right thumb this time. Yeah. So remember, your arms are there as a tool. Maybe pull more, right? The opposite. Right shoulder goes down to the right and left, and the right knee goes to the left back. And then your hips are stacked and your belly is twisting too, remember? So keep breathing there, all the way deep down to your navel. We're actually getting more oxygen stimulated to the bloodstream from the full breath that the lungs go all the way to the bottom. So find that breath way up, all the way down. All right, and then coming out. All right, so the final posture we call is pinnacle. You're making a very, Savasana in our other practices, this is and you can please do that. It's a little bit closer, you're here. Pinnacle is just a big white star. You're gonna probably need that and just wiggle it out. All right, and while you lie there, I'm just going to use my little bowl here for a bit to have that healing vibration for you. So as you lie there, go way down into your feet, and you're going to breathe from your feet to your ankles. And as you're breathing into your feet and your ankles, feel gratitude. Now you're going to breathe from your feet and ankles to your knees, and settle in your knees for a moment and breathe in gratitude. And breathe out gratitude. Now bring your energy up into your hip area, your hips, your lower back, your whole pelvic region we worked today, any sensitivity that you may have found, and breathe in whatever you want. Breathe in love, breathe in compassion, breathe in open, breathe in space, and then breathe out whatever you need to let go. Breathe out stress, breathe out tension. Now the lower body is entirely relaxed. Start breathing all the way up your spine and settle into your shoulders for a moment and relax your shoulders. Relax your elbows, your wrists. Maybe your palms are up, maybe they're down. Now feel your chest, your sternum, your heart, your lungs, and smile. Smile in there, smile in your lungs, smile in your heart, smile in your chest, smile in your back. And then go down to your navel, your solar plexus, and go down into your lower organs and smile and relax lower, relax middle, relax upper. Now the entire torso, including your arms, are relaxed. Take a moment to breathe into your throat, where you swallow, where your breath enters, the gateway from your head, skull to the body. And relax your chin, your jaw, your cheekbones, your forehead, your entire skull, your brain, your conscious mind, the unconscious, the dreamy state, and just lie there for a moment and begin it one at a time and relax your eyes. Relax your nose. Relax your ears, and relax your mouth. So you can opt to stay here and stay as long as you want in your pinnacle. Some people prefer meditation for at least 5-10 minutes. If you have the time, and you can just, turn it off. And thank you very much. If you want to roll over and come up again very safely, you'll hug your knees and have your eyes, you want closed down or slightly squinted, and come and sit. And as we sit together again, you might feel, wow, I can't believe how easy it is to sit now. And there's always a leg that's a little easier than the other. I always end up crossing my left leg in front of my right, and you might want to check that out just to see if that's true or not. All right, and so bless you, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us at Spare Time and at home. And I thank you very much. I'm Kristine again. This is Yin Yoga, Y-I-N. Paul Grilly was the founder, went to India and just studies there's so much I can teach this, so you can always look it up. And again, thank you. Thumbs with the sternum. If you want to join in on an Om, please do. Ah, oh, ah.